YouTube. Okay, we have a little continuation of the last project, which was this roof. So now we've got all the nasty fiberglass out of the roof, and now we can start putting the foam insulation in. Sort of a nasty job, but it's all clean and it's all taken care of. One thing, here's another project I got to do. You see these, well, I don't know how good this is going to show up, but they're these little, it was a bracket here for the wheelchair shoulder harnesses, and now I got to take an angle grinder and grind those mothers out, because it's still allowing some ceiling tile, and I got to get all that stuff out of there. This stuff right here, these like little, they're going to be a pain in the you-know-what to get out, but we have the right tools. We'll get it done. There's always some kind of little thing that like throws a monkey wrench in it, but yeah, the fiberglass was nasty. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this front part here. I think this original metal, it will probably come down, and I might put some wood, maybe like a bookcase or something up there. I'm not sure yet. Everything's a work in progress. I got to see what's going to work. I don't want to get rid of my fans, because those are, well, they're just so much of what a school bus is. So, but this metal part, we're going to probably have to, that'll probably be junked. And I got to rewire. See all this spaghetti? All that wiring has got to be rerouted. I can't imagine why a bus needs so many wires, and all it is in the back is, you know, stoplights, turn signals, and those flashing lights, but yet I got enough wires here to wire a sound stage. Go figure, you know. So that's what we've got going on this rainy weekend. It's a good project for a rainy weekend. Can't paint today, it's too wet, it's too nasty, but yeah, the ceiling is out. The ceiling is out, and after we put the insulation in the ceiling, we might have to run a few new wires. I got to bring 110 up to this this hatch here, because I'm not going to open it now because it's raining. But this hatch, I will have a box fan to be able to put in there, and that works really well to you know, get air out, especially when you're cooking in here. You might not want to smell onions the whole time, so that box fan will extract a lot of air in a short period of time. And I don't want a permanent little like RV Mickey Mouse kind of fan, because I want to be able to open the hatch wide open and have no fan there when I don't want it, but have the ability to put the fan in when I want to move air. And I've got an idea of how I'm going to do that, and when the time comes, you'll see it. So I got to run some 110, a plug and a 110 outlet to here before I finish the ceiling, because otherwise, once the ceiling's in, I'm not going to rip it out to put fish wires in. So you got to always be planning ahead so you don't have like too many setbacks. But that's just a quick update, and hopefully next weekend all this lovely crap is going to find a new home up in Washington, so I can have more room to work in here. And you know, you see these two seats. I have these two other seats that I didn't throw out yet, because I've got an idea about what I'm going to do with those. I'm going to use two of them to make a sort of like a little dinette. I'm going to recover them because I don't want this gray, battleship gray, horrendous looking bus seats. But I have some sailcloth, not sailcloth, it's like a canvas, boat canvas, some green boat canvas that will cover them. And since it was from the sailboat, it's very heavy duty. I think it'll be okay for the bus. And I'm gonna make a table in like a dinette out of those. So that'll be something to stay tuned for. But once they're covered, they won't look like they look like now. Trust me. And then we're gonna lay a subfloor down. You know, everybody. There's pros and cons of everything. I'm not gonna rip up this rubber floor. Because first of all, my bus doesn't have any rust, and I'm just gonna put like a 1/2-inch plywood subfloor and then the finished wood on top of that, I think. But that's all down the road. We have to do framing and lots of projects to go, but you'll see it. You'll see it. Okay, that's the update for this Friday. Stay tuned. Welcome back. This has been a rainy weekend. But one little thing that I did this weekend was put this little lock on the back door here, just to keep a good man honest, you know. School buses are not exactly armored vehicles, so if you really want to get in, you can get in, but that's just going to keep an honest man from thinking about doing something he shouldn't do. Okay, so let's give the update of what's going on the inside. As you already know, we ripped the ceiling out last time, and now we have foam insulation, foam core insulation throughout the whole top. And this stuff is really no fun to work with because it's so messy. It's got all those little styrofoam things. When you cut it, it's just, trust me, it's no fun. But it's all in, and now we can actually start framing. Next weekend I'm going to get rid of all this junk that's in here, so we can get a good idea of where the walls are going to go and where things are going to be placed finally. So stay tuned, and the next couple updates will have an outline of where bed, kitchen, shower goes and all that kind of stuff. We got our 110 line fished up here to the roof vent, because I think I mentioned before, we're going to run a box fan up here that runs on 110 that really moves the air well. I'm not a big fan of the RV make-believe little fans. So then we got to deal with all of these wires. We got to figure out which ones we need and then which ones we don't, and we have to reroute it because traditionally the wires ran in like a metal, sort of like a conduit all the way to the back. But I'm not going to put that metal thing back on, so I've got to figure out which wires we need and which wires we don't, and it's a real spaghetti mess. So that's a whole other project which I don't feel like getting into right now. I'm very waterlogged. It's been raining, like I said, all weekend. So hopefully things will dry out soon. That's a quick update. Oh, I can show you. This is part of what's going to be on the roof. It's a piece of like wainscoting. I don't think it shows up. The lighting's not too good, but you'll get a better idea once that's up. It'll cover all of this styrofoam. And we got to figure out where we want the lights. I'm going to put LED lights in strategic places. That's another reason why I have to have things mapped out, because as I put the ceiling up, I have to make sure that the lights are going to be where I want them, and then I have to wire all that at the same time of putting the ceiling up, because once the ceiling panels are in, you can't put the lights in because, hello, you need the wires behind it to run them. So that'll be a fun little thing also, but you know, all in due time. Rome was not built in one weekend. Okie doke, it continues. Adios.